Chris, you bought this TC lathe from CMZ. It's got much bigger capacity than what you currently had in the machine shop. Was that the main driving factor?
Yeah, that was what we were really looking for. We were looking for a machine that could produce parts complete in one hit, to take away some of our billet work and basically free up staff around the factory to get on with other work, really. So that was the real impetus to get a machine that, could.
And when we talk about bigger capacity, what is the capacity?
It's 75 mil, so 75 mil bar, 77 through the spindle on the main spindle.
So were you doing parts before that you were doing in a billet, and now you've managed to bar feed them in a process?
Yes, we were both buying billets and also buying in flame cuts. So it's enabled us to really produce those parts in one hit on the machine using the milling tools and everything else.
And this machine goes beyond the capacity because it's also a hell of a specification. When we talk about power, can you tell us some of the characteristics that you learned in the process when you were looking at it?
Well, we were really looking for a good solid machine for milling. So this has got a 4,000 RPM milling head with 16 kilowatts trim tooling. We've got over 40 kilowatts on the main spindle, so we've got plenty of power there and the stability behind it to produce a lot of parts.
And I noticed that this isn't a 12-station turret, it's actually 16, so that gives you more flexibility.
Yeah, the 16 turret means we don't really have to change too many tools. It runs well. Basically, a changeover of a job just really means just changing a few drills and a few boring bars, and that's about it.
And what difference does having that much power make to you as an engineer? Does it fill you with confidence in every job that you're actually looking to tackle?
To be honest, it's given us a whole new aspect of machining, because we've been able to put jobs on here that we really wouldn't have considered doing in one op. We would have had two ops, or we'd have had another process outside of the factory. I can put jobs on here now with a lot of confidence that yes, I'm going to get it machined, and it's going to be, well, it really just works all day on its own, and really just check every now and then. Well,
let's have a look at one of these parts, because this is an interesting one. If you could talk us through how you were doing this and the fact that you're now doing it on this machine.
So originally this is a flame cut. We used to buy this in as a flame cut. We'd have a milling process to mill both the ends, so we could hold it comfortably in the jaws. Then it would be machined, lay on the lathe, and then go off and then be milled. So we've condensed three processes into one on this lathe.
So now that is actually bar fed. You're using a bar feed and you're making those in one hit.
Yeah, that's exactly right, yeah. So it really is just one hit. We just set it up and let it run, basically. Was there any ever thought that you'd go for a machine without a sub-spindle? Because I know you can get these machines as a single spindle. For us, no. I mean, the sub-spindle is a no-brainer. To be able to pick off parts and run it complete, and to have as little input from staff as possible, apart from checking that it is correct and that it's right, the job's precise.
Because it's a chunky machine. When you looked at it firsthand, did you think to yourself, there's a lot of weight in that's going to give me the security that I may need in machining?
We like the box slideways. We like the fact, I mean, it's steady. There's no vibration. This is a machine that, like I say, I can't overemphasize this. We can really run this machine and just set it up in the morning. There's very little thermal expansion. It'll run all day long, and really is just. I'm just comfortable with it running as it does all day.
In fact, so comfortable that you bought a second one, didn't you, earlier this year? But you've gone for a slightly smaller machine.
Yeah, we went for something that would complement us in different ways. It's the TA25, which is the same sort of thing, sub-spindle, Y-axis, 12 stations, but that's 12,000 RPM on the driven tooling, and so maybe more for the stainless steel and those sort of things.
Whereas this machine, Chris, was bought to take the business to a different dimension on different components, the TA machine was bought to just replace existing capacity.
Yeah, we bought the new machine, the TA25, to replace an old machine, and basically that's got 12,000 RPM on the driven tooling, very similar sub-spindle, and it's really just the confidence from this machine to buy a new one.
When we walked in the factory today, we can hear that whirring of machine tools continually making components, so you're very busy.
We're constantly here. We're here from sort of 6 in the morning till late at night, producing a lot of parts, and we're doing very well, thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time today, Chris.
That's great to have you.